I moved into my new apartment last month. Everything seemed normal. Quiet neighbors, clean hallways, nothing strange, except the apartment across the hall. Its door number was broken and the landlord told me, "It's empty. Don't worry about it." But on my first night at 2:13 a.m., someone knocked on my door. A single, soft knock. When I checked the peephole, no one was there. But the empty apartment across the hall was slightly open. I heard breathing coming from the darkness inside. I locked my door and ignored it until an unknown number texted me, "If you hear knocking again, don't answer. It's not knocking." The next night, I couldn't sleep. Every sound in the hallway made me jump. At 2:13 a.m. again, I heard it. Not knocking. Scratching. Slow, steady scratching on my door. My phone vibrated. Another message. "Don't look at the peephole. It sees you when you do." My heart was racing. The scratching stopped. Then I heard something slide across the floor from the other side. When the sun came up, I opened the door. There was a small piece of folded paper on the ground. Inside, one sentence. "It knows you're new." I asked the landlord about the empty apartment again. He got nervous and said, "Just stay away from that door." That night, I heard footsteps walking in the hallway. Slow, heavy steps. I checked through the peephole, but the hallway was empty. The footsteps continued anyway, right in front of my door. Then they moved to the apartment across the hall. And suddenly, the old broken door creaked open by itself. The footsteps stopped. A whisper came from inside the dark apartment. "Come here. I left something for you." I stayed frozen until morning. I set up my phone to record the hallway overnight. At 2:13 a.m., the video showed something impossible. First, the hallway lights flickered. Then the door of the empty apartment opened slowly. A tall, thin figure stepped out. Not walking, sliding. It moved toward my door and stopped, its face inches from the camera. But it had no face, just smooth skin. Then it whispered something to my door. "Open." The recording suddenly cut off by itself. I finally met someone else on my floor, a woman in her 50s. When I asked her about the apartment across the hall, her face turned white. She whispered, "Don't speak about it out loud." "It listens." I asked what it was. She said, "It looks for new tenants. It copies them. It follows them." Then she grabbed my arm tightly and added, "If it starts sounding like you, leave." That night I heard something terrifying. My own voice. It was coming from the hallway, whispering, "Open the door. It's me. Open." But I was inside my apartment, alone. I texted the unknown number. "What does it want?" The reply came instantly. "It wants to be you." A horrible smell started coming from across the hall, like something rotten. Maintenance came to check, but when they tried to open the empty apartment, the landlord screamed at them to stop. He forced them away, shaking. As soon as they left, the door across the hall slowly opened on its own. The smell got stronger. Then a black, wet hand reached out from the darkness and dragged something across the floor. I closed my door and blocked it with furniture. The unknown number texted again. "It's getting stronger. It has your voice now. Soon it will have your face." I asked who they were. They replied, "The previous tenant." My stomach dropped. Then a final message arrived. "Don't enter the apartment across the hall." That's how I disappeared. Last night, I woke up to the sound of someone walking inside my apartment. Not outside, inside. I hid behind the bed and listened. The footsteps stopped next to my bedroom door. And then, I heard my own voice say, "Why are you hiding?" "Come out." I didn't move. Then the bedroom door handle began to turn, slowly. The door opened a few centimeters. But right before it fully opened, something pulled the figure away violently. I heard it being dragged across the hallway and into the empty apartment. The door slammed shut. Today, the landlord knocked on my door. He looked pale and exhausted. He handed me my rent money back and said, "You need to leave." Tonight, as I packed my things, I noticed something under my mattress, a piece of old paper. I unfolded it. It was the same handwriting as the messages. It said, "I escaped. You won't." Before I left the apartment, I glanced across the hall one last time. The door of the empty apartment was wide open, and inside the darkness, I saw myself standing there, smiling,